Hi guys, welcome back to Charmaine's Kitchen. I want to say a pleasant Thursday evening to each and every one of you. Hope everybody had a wonderful day today. It was a beautiful day here in Ontario. If you're visiting my channel for the first time, I want to say welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be making something very simple, but I will make it in a next level, which is cassava, or known in the North America as yuca. So I'm going to be preparing cassava in two ways, and I'm going to be preparing some chutneys and some fried snapper. So if you want to see this recipe, it's a Thursday medley. Come on down and let's get cooking. So today we're going to show how to make cassava in two ways, and this is a root vegetable that is hardly used, but you can make so many different things with cassava, or here in North America is known as yuca. So I'm just gonna cut open one to show how they look in the inside. And for all my Caribbean friends or Guyanese friends, they already know what the yuca look like. So here it is. In the inside, if it's nice and white like this, you know it's a good one. If it has some blue spots or darkish color spots in the inside, they're not good. So I'm gonna cut this back so it can be easy to work with. And then I will put a line right on the side like this. And we just raise the ends of the skin, and you just pull it back with your knife until you reach back to the other end where I put the line. And that's how easy it is to peel. That's how I peel mine. I'm sure there's other ways. And look, the whole skin is out here. So I'm just gonna get out all the little pieces of skin that I miss, and then I will cut this back in two. And I can tell right away that this will be a good one because it's so nice and white in the inside. And I'll take out this little string that I have in the middle here, because this is very chewy, it's not edible. You can also take it out after you finish cooking it if you miss any, but that's another way of doing it. So I'm gonna continue to peel all the cassava, and then I'll show my next step. Now that I finished peeling the cassava, I rinse them out with some clean water. I'm gonna add them to my boiling water and let them cook until they're nice and soft and tender. So I just added the cassava to the boiling water. I added about a teaspoon of salt just for flavor, and I'm gonna leave this to cook until they're done and soft and ready for me. So our cassava they look nice and soft, like they're done. I'm just gonna test it, and when you can see that the fork is going through like that, it is nice. Some of them are just falling apart. So I'm gonna turn off my stove. I'm gonna strain them, and then I'll show the next step. So here I have that beautiful cassava mashed and ready for the seasoning, and see how nice and white it is. This is the perfect cassava I have today for this dish. I'm gonna add some salt. All the measurement in the description below. So, and then the next thing we're gonna add is some smoked paprika. This is gonna give a little kick, and plus it's gonna give some color as well. So just adding that, and you can see how nice the color will turn out. And then the next thing I'm gonna add is some green seasoning, and the green seasoning contains of garlic, green onion, thyme, and some marinate pepper. So cassava don't really have flavor, so we're gonna put about 2 tablespoons of the green seasoning into the cassava. We're gonna mix this in for all that flavor to mix in, and then I'll come back and show you the next step. So this is how it looked after I finished mixing up all the ingredients inside. It really smells nice. I went in with my hands to give it a good nice mixture so all the ingredients can distribute evenly. So the next thing I'm gonna do now for this recipe, we're just making a little tiny opening. Just grab some. I like to work with cassava because it never falls apart. It holds up very well. So I'm gonna take over here, I have about a cup of grated cheese, and you can use any cheese of your choice. My kids love this. And you put a little bit of cheese in the middle here, and then I'm just gonna fold it back to make like a length of a finger, so you can always close it in like that. And it makes a very nice appetizer. It makes a very nice snack, and great for finger food if you have a party or friends over. And then just make sure that you squeeze it in so the cheese doesn't come out. I used to make this for my kids' lunch box when they were in school. So just like that, this one is ready. You can make any shape of your choice. And another thing that you can do, instead of putting the cheese in the middle, you can take the cheese and mix it in the whole mixture. But I find when you're frying it, it tends to start melting in the oil and make a big mess. So this is the best way that I like to do mine. So I'm gonna show another one. You put a nice amount of cheese in the middle. And this is a very nice way to enjoy cassava. It brings the cassava to a whole new level. And then you close back that little opening. I'm gonna put a little bit more here to close it up. And then just squeeze it in so it closes properly. And then you roll it off. And that's it. And then over here in the back, I have these pieces that I'm gonna put some dry seasoning on those, but I'm coming back to this here. But look how nice these ones look. So there is a surprise in the cassava, which is the cheese. After you finish frying it, you're gonna open it to that nice cheese filling in the middle. Kids love it because of the cheese. Who doesn't like cheese? So I'm gonna keep on doing this until I finish all of them, and then I'll come back and show you how they look after I finish. So here I have the cassava and the cheese filling done rolled off. So we're taking cassava to a different level today. And here I have the cassava pieces that I'm gonna be just putting some dry seasoning. In this bowl here, I have some Caribbean spices and roasted garlic, and I add 1 pack of Sazon powder. So I'm just gonna mix it up. Dry seasoning is perfect for this this cassava, because if it's wet, it's gonna make a lot of splattering in the oil. So all I do is just drizzle it on top of the cassava, and I'm gonna do that on the other side as well. And this really gives the cassava a nice flavor, because cassava don't really have flavor, so we have to flavor it up. So what I'm gonna do now, you have to properly drain your cassava so there's no water. I'm gonna turn these over, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So now I'm gonna put on this side, make sure that you cover it nicely. And this is ready. So I'm just prepping everything that I have to fry. So when I start frying, I'm gonna fry everything at the same time. So these guys are good to go. So to go along with our different cassava recipe today, we're gonna fry some gray snapper. And this gray snapper is so nice. You can see the rich color on these gray snapper. They have no smell, so it's a perfect one. The rest of the seasoning that I have left over, I'm just gonna add it in on the fish like that. So we're not wasting this good seasoning, and because of that I won't be adding any salt because the seasoning have salt already. I'm gonna add some green seasoning, and I will mix this up, and we're gonna be frying soon. So the fish is now seasoned. It looks really nice, and the Sazon give a beautiful color, and it's gonna have a nice flavor as well. So fish is done. Our little cheese bite cassava is done, and our cassava pieces. So now it's time to start frying. So to eat with our fried fish and our cassava today, I'm going to be making two different kinds of chutney. Since I have all these mint and cilantro and cucumber in my garden, I'm going to be making a mint chutney and a cucumber chutney to go with our fried fish and our cassava. So I'm gonna pick up my herbs, my cucumber, and I'll show you guys how I do this. So coming back from the garden, I have my fresh mint, cilantro, and I got 5 cucumbers from the garden. So no better way to use these up than to make a nice chutney, but I'll make cucumber separate from mint and cilantro. So let's get started with our 2 chutneys. So now I'm gonna take our little cassava with the cheese filling, and I'll roll them in some egg, and then I will put them into my hot oil and fry them. I have some already frying here until they're nice and golden brown, and then I'll take them out. So now that I've finished frying the cassava and cheese, these pieces you can either fry without egg or with. I have some extra egg left over, so I'm gonna use it to put these ones into and fry them just to get a nice little brownness on the outside, and these ones will be ready. Trust me guys, if you never had cassava these ways, you should give it a try because it's very delicious. It gives a lot of flavor to the cassava, and we're taking cassava here to a different level. So now I start frying the fish. The cassava is done frying. I have 1 batch of the fish in the oil. I slightly dust the fish with some flour, and while this is frying, I'm gonna start making my mint chutney. So in my blender, I added my cilantro and fresh mint from my garden. I will leave all the measurement in the description below. So these are the extra cilantro. I don't want to pack the blender. I'm gonna add 2 green chilies, a piece of ginger, and the juice of 1 lime. I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of sugar and salt to taste. I'm gonna blend this up and come back and show you guys the next step. So after blending it up a little, the cilantro and ginger and our mint leaves, we're gonna add our green chilies. I'm gonna add my salt, sugar, and lime now, and then do the final blend. So just about a teaspoon of sugar to balance off those different flavors. I'm gonna add some salt, but if we need to add more later, we will add. So you can taste as you go along. And then I'm gonna squeeze in my lime juice now. So the juice of 1 lime. This lime doesn't have any seeds, so it's okay for me to just squeeze it in the blender. So here is our mint chutney, nice and vibrant in color. You don't want it too clumpy, a nice texture that you can dip like that. See, not too thin, not too thick, but this is gonna be for our cassava, and it smells so beautiful. Fresh mint and cilantro, and a little hint of the pepper and lime. I'm just drooling right now. So now I'm gonna use a box grater that I have right here on this side of the grater to grate 2 cucumber to make my cucumber chutney. So the cucumber is finished grating, and if you notice, there's a lot of water in the bottom here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna strain this to get out some of that excess water, and just press it down a little with the spoon, because when I add back salt in here, it's gonna get more water. So I'm gonna continue to do that until I'm done, and I'll show you how I make this cucumber chutney. So I already squeezed as much liquid as I can get out of the cucumber, and I'm using the skin and everything because this is organic cucumber from my garden. Over here, this is how much liquid I got out of the cucumber. So if you don't like it too watery, you can strain it out. If you don't mind the water, then go ahead and leave it. I'm gonna add some salt for flavor, and I have a pepper sauce with lots of garlic and lemon juice. So I'm gonna add a nice big teaspoon of that. What you say, Jess? Teaspoon or tablespoon?
Teaspoon.
Okay, so we're gonna add a nice teaspoon of pepper sauce with lemon and garlic. But I can't see the pepper sauce, Jess, so I think I'm gonna go in with another teaspoon.
Okay.
Because we want to make this nice and flavorful to eat with that fried fish. So let's mix. And because the kids are eating today, I'm not gonna add any more, but it smells really, really good, mouth-watering good. So I'm almost ready to plate up. I'm just gonna make sure that the pepper sauce is mixing well, and it's time for us to taste my favorite part. So here it is, guys, my beautiful mint chutney, fresh organic mint from my garden. I have my seasoned and fried cassava here, and my seasoned and fried gray snapper. I have here the cassava and cheese filling, and I have my cucumber chutney here. This is our dinner tonight, our Thursday dinner. No rice, no roti, just a beautiful, delicious meal. Lots of freshness. We have some protein in there, and we're gonna enjoy this. So I wanna invite you guys to come on down and try our mint chutney, our cucumber chutney, and if you never had cassava this way before, let me know in the comment which one you prefer, the fried or the cassava with the cheese filling. Let me know which one is your favorite here on this platter. Before I plate up, I have a success story to show. Kavita followed my cauliflower fried rice recipe, and she made it, and she was very happy with the result. So right after this, I'm gonna show you guys the picture of her success story. So here is my dinner, guys. And I just want to shout out to my mother-in-law. If she's watching, I want big shout out to you and my father-in-law, because they're the one who taught me to make this seasoned fried cassava. This here was my invention, and my mint and cucumber chutney is my own invention. So if you're watching, Mom, I'm gonna take a bite for you today. So I'm gonna start, I don't know which one to start with first, and I have nothing to top it off better with, a glass of cold mabi. I think I'm gonna take my mabi first. Perfect way to enjoy my cassava and fish today. So this one here with the cheese inside, look. This here with a cheese filling, look at that. This is the kids' favorite, the cheese is right here. And this is the one I like to eat with the mint. So I have my mint right here. I'm gonna pour out mint on top. And I'm gonna take a bite for all my viewers and subscribers. Cheers. Oh my gosh. Perfect flavor to go with the cassava. The mint, the cilantro, the lime, and the little hint of green chili is the perfect, absolute perfect flavor to go with it. I wish if you guys can taste it. So now the next thing I'm gonna go in for, I'm so happy, is the cassava, and I want to show you. I just dunk them in eggs, and look at that. They fried nice, and this one here can go with the mint as well. So for my mother-in-law and all those who like cassava, this is your bite. Cassava is perfectly cooked, nice and soft, but still hold up for me to fry. And the flavor, I have that nice crust with the egg on the outside. Oh my goodness. So good. So now I'm gonna dive in for the fish, and let's see how the fish look from the inside. Look at that. This snapper is really nice. That's the skin. And this is what I like to eat with my cucumber chutney, because they have that garlic, lime, and cucumber, which goes very nice for the fish. So cheers, guys. This fish fried to perfection. Look at that. And it tastes very fresh. There's no rankness to this. The flavor from all that seasoning is bursting through. And this nice cucumber, I'm gonna add some mint along with the cucumber to go with that. So I'm tasting it with both chutney here. You can't ask for a better Thursday night dinner than this. So until then, I'm gonna enjoy my dinner. Hope you guys like this recipe. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. Let me know in the comment which way you prefer your cassava, if you like it better this way or with the cheese in the middle. Until then, I want to say to you guys, stay blessed, stay safe. I love you guys. Bye for now.